You've heard stories of bravery and survival just like that from during the Pearl Harbor attack. One story, though, hasn't always been accurate.
That's right. Local filmmakers, Warren and Annette Hull, they began their documentary telling the story of the Naval School of Music. But after interviewing historians and survivors of the USS Arizona, they wanted to set the record straight about the ship's 20-piece band. Young, talented, and brave men on board and playing the morning colors. It's the story of 21 men, 21 young men, musicians aboard the USS Arizona.
They stare right back at you, and when you see that picture, they come alive.
The only band in history formed and trained together and fought and died together.
Now, the myth is that when the bombs hit on December 7th, that the band was in their hammocks, that they were asleep.
Not true, says Luke Hunter, one of only 2 living survivors from the ship.
They laid down their instruments and ran to the general quarter station. We were alive for about 12 minutes on the ship before it blew up.
It's their story and sacrifice that inspired Las Vegas filmmakers Annette and Warren Hull.
They mattered.
These 21 sailors immortalized in the documentary A Band to Honor, a labor of love for the Hulls.
And my dad was a World War II veteran. And, we're losing all of them.
More than 2,400 Americans were killed in the attack on Pearl Harbor.
A date which will live in infamy.
1,177 of those lives were lost on board the USS Arizona.
She was the greatest loss of life of any ship in American naval history.
Every one of those men who died that day had a story. It was a short story for a lot of them. Some of them were only 16, 17 years old.
It's a very emotional journey we take people on.
A piece of history comes to life, a 20-piece band forever enshrined. The original score of A Band to Honor, produced by a Green Valley High School graduate, Holly Amber Church, who now has a very successful career in Hollywood. You could stream this documentary on Voodoo, and you can also find it on Blu-ray at the big box retailers.
Quite a story. That's remarkable.
It really does take your breath away, and it's nice to be able to have those stories of those who didn't make it.
Absolutely.